Hello, everybody. It's Greg Skidmore here. I'm the founder and artistic director of, and Robert is already, yeah. I'm the founder and artistic director of the Canadian Renaissance Music Summer Schools, and I have with me Robert Hollingworth, director of Fagiolini, and lots of members of Fagiolini, including you, are going to be coming to Halifax, Nova Scotia in July for a week to be part of Crumbs Atlantic 2026, which is a week-long course all about Renaissance music. And I wanted to just ask you a few questions about a few things. First of all, we have 5 staff members at the course, all of whom are members of Fagiolini, yourself included.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me just a little bit, just a tiny bit about each one? So starting off with Rebecca Lee, who's a soprano.
Rebecca Lee, I'd like to introduce you to Rebecca Lee, who is your wife, but also soprano. Enormous range. Sings also with the BBC Singers. Can sing anything, but also a natural consort animal, I think. And that's an interesting thing, isn't it? And I think we're all consort animals. Can we do other things as well? Yes. But there's something about being in an ensemble that matters. Then there's
Peter
Gritton, who I've been working with for nearly 40 years. A composer, horn player, jazz pianist. He's done it all, really. Slightly sickening.
And also, Peter has spent a lot of time in education. He was a teacher at one of the top high schools, private schools in London.
Director of music there for more than a decade.
So has lots and lots of experience with the sort of pedagogical side of things.
Terribly nice as well.
Yes, extremely nice. And has quite a thing for Speminalium, I think.
Speminalium, yes. I mean, if you've got an afternoon free, ask him about it. Matthew Long, been to these courses a number of times.
Crumbs regular.
There's something about Matt's voice, there's something about the whole body involvement of singing that the entire building seems to be aware when Matt sings. Not because it's loud, but because the entire instrument is used. And Greg and I and Matt, we think this can happen in polyphony if you do it right. Not that it should be outside the frame of the music, but that you shouldn't just be singing from here up.
Matt has done in our previous Crumbs courses and will do in this one specialize on solo singing. So something that differentiates a Crumbs course from other sort of polyphony courses is that we do take solo singing very seriously. Everybody gets a singing lesson, and Matt will run a program of people who want to work specifically more on singing. And then there's Greg Skidmore.
Yes.
Who's
who's got a much better beard than me. I just can't grow it. By the way, do you think we should have our hands in our pockets? What do you think? Do write in and tell us in the comments. We won't read them.
I can just move my hands constantly. So I will be
terribly good.
I founded Crumbs in 2018, and I will be doing lots of the tutti sessions, but also working with chamber choirs. And finally, last and absolutely not least, Robert Hollingworth, who is director of Fagiolini. Fagiolini turning 40 years old this year. Robert will be there telling us all about all sorts of wonderful things, which leads me to the next bit. Our theme, partly drawn from the fact that Fagiolini has such an affinity with this kind of music, is music from Italy. So Renaissance music from Italy. And I had 2 questions. What about Renaissance music in particular is it possible to say would be quintessentially Italian? Not necessarily coming from Italy, the geography, but what is it that identifies Italian music as different from, for instance, Flemish music, French music, Spanish music? And the second bit of that question.
What a long question.
You got to have a good memory. The second bit of the question is, Monteverdi has been very much associated with Fagiolini for a long time. What do you think it is specifically about the way that Monteverdi writes? You've spoken about Hollingworth series. You've spoken about all sorts of things.
Yes. I know the answers to these 2.
So both of those things. Go.
Right. Italy, I think it's a painting thing. If you look at Italian painting of the 16th century, obviously there's a huge barge going by over there. I'm not going to show you, but it's just over there. There is a light to it. There's a light and there's a clarity to it. If you think of Netherlands painting and Netherlands music, wasn't that good? Right.
Oh, the show must go on.
Yes, it's quite windy out here. Anyway, we're still like, don't go away. All the sessions will be like this, similarly chaotic. There's a lightness, there's a clarity to it. You don't get much dissonance in Italian music. We're doing Victoria at the moment here in London to do a performance tonight, and there is a clearness to it, isn't there? All of it. It's like a bright day. Monteverdi, he takes that, but he adds some. Monteverdi makes you feel, and he makes you feel it down here. Very clever technical things going on. Yes, manipulation of the harmonic series, but he makes you feel it. When you sing it, you go, oh.
Very good. So before things spiral absolutely out of control and Robert gets involved in his dessert there, I can only say, if you like Renaissance Polyphony, if you want to spend a week doing nothing but Renaissance Polyphony, if you're interested in Robert, if you're interested in I Fagiolini, if you're interested in Halifax, Nova Scotia, put all these things together and you have a fantastic week happening in July this year, from the 12th to the 19th of July. Come and spend a week with I Fagiolini doing Renaissance music. I look forward to seeing you there. Thank you, Robert.